Okay, let's talk about how to go about solving these questions regarding empirical formulas. So if you want to find the empirical formula for something, you are finding a ratio between the moles of one element and another. That's basically what an empirical chemical formula is a ratio of the moles. In this case, it would be a ratio of moles of iron to moles of phosphorus. So a game plan for this one, I'm going to, 1, convert from grams to moles, 2, find mole ratio, or I guess I could also say find ratio of moles. And step 3, if the ratio does not come out to an even number, if necessary, convert ratio to whole numbers. Sometimes that's not necessary. Sometimes the ratio comes out to whole numbers right away at the beginning, which may make it much easier to solve the problem. In this case, I've chosen a problem that will require this third step of converting the ratio to whole numbers. So there you go. Let's take a look at what this looks like. Step 1, convert from grams to moles. So I'm going to convert grams of iron to moles of iron, convert grams of phosphorus to moles of phosphorus. Here we go. All right. 12.48 grams of iron, converted to moles. Let's see, so 1 mole of iron has a molar mass of, 55.85 grams. Okay, that's a setup for converting from grams of iron to moles of iron. And I'll also set it up for the conversion of grams of phosphorus to moles of phosphorus. So that's 9.24 grams of phosphorus, with the conversion factor being, with 1 mole of phosphorus on top of it, I got moles of phosphorus as the final unit. And the molar mass of phosphorus is about 30.97 grams. Okay, so that would be the setup necessary to find the number of moles of each. So here we go. Let's see, 12.48 divided by 55.85. That's the number of moles of iron. So 0.22385. Significant figures aren't particularly important with these sorts of questions because you're getting a whole number ratio at the end. So it's just going to be a chemical formula. So I just choose basically a convenient number of digits, typically about 4 or so. Okay, here we go with the other one. Converting from grams of phosphorus to moles of phosphorus. So 0.2984. And let's of course label these. Moles of iron, moles of phosphorus. Okay, that was step 1. Step 2, find the ratio of moles. The way you do that, divide both numbers by the smaller number. This number is smaller. I'm going to divide both numbers by this one. Okay, so here we are setting this up for division of both numbers by the smaller number. So basically this one's getting divided by itself. So that's going to be 1 mole of iron. And this one's getting divided by the smaller number. So here we go. 0.2984. And let's see, what is that? 0.2235. So divided by 0.2235. And we'll get that. Let's just call it 1.34. Approximately 1.34 moles of phosphorus. Okay? So, this is the ratio of moles. What we have currently is a ratio of 1 iron to every 1.34 phosphorus. So, the ratio currently stands at 1 iron for every 1.34 phosphorus. Now, if you were to take this and write it as a formula, and just take it literally as it is, you would have a formula of iron, 1 iron and phosphorus 1.34. Now, of course, that's what you would get if you literally did that. Now, of course, you can't do that. That's a big no-no. Because you cannot have numbers that are not whole numbers in a chemical formula. So, need to convert ratio to whole numbers. So the way I convert a ratio to whole numbers is basically, I'm going to figure out, I'm just going to do some trial and error here. I'm going to figure out what I need to multiply these by in order to make them whole numbers. Alright, so what if I times these by 2? That's nowhere near a whole number. Alright, so timesing it by 2 won't work. If timesing it by 2 doesn't work, I'll try multiplying by 3. That's pretty close to a whole number. Yes, it's 4.02, but close enough. Everything here is approximate. Notice this little approximately equals thing. Okay, everything's approximate. So, alright, if I times it by 3, then I would have 3 irons and 4 phosphoruses. That works. So let's see, an arrow showing conversion. Let's see, multiply by 3, since 2 didn't work. And I have a ratio of 3 irons to 4 phosphoruses. Alright, well, that gives me the final chemical formula. So the empirical formula, I'll write it right there just to make it really clear what I'm writing. There we go, bring it into view for you. Would be Fe3P4. I'll box the answer as it should be. And that takes care of it. So, that was an example problem. Now, let's do this. I'll show you some other example problems, and I'll put the answer key up for these also in a moment. Okay? So have a look at these. Try these out using the same method. Alright. Pause for time if needed. And, okay. Here's the answers. Let's get these all set so that you've got them in view. Oops, wrong way. There we go. And that's it. Goodbye.